So I want to try this technique of slowing down time in my climax. I'm going to do this by adding lots of small actions and inner thinking and description all mixed together to write a longer amount for a short period of time. I've got my rising action all written. In it, the girls have given each other haircuts. Ivy has a bald spot now. They've had a wrestling match in cranberry juice. They've been bathed again. They're ready for dinner. Sarah is taking the taquitos out of the oven and trying to give them something to eat when she sees Brittany trying to put Ivy's body into the oven. This is her breaking point. This is just the worst part that has happened so far. And now we're ready to have a moment of realization, an aha moment for Sarah. That's going to be the climax. I'm going to signal that climax by saying, for a moment, time freezes. Now, I know that I can't slow down time by saying that, but I am going to put a pause button right here for the reader to know that there's going to be a moment of reflection. In that moment, I realize that when I knocked on Ms. Jensen's door this evening, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. All those years of babysitting my sweet brother Gabe have not prepared me for this. My mother was right. Toddlers really can get into a lot of trouble. What I've tried to do here is have her stop and think back to the beginning of the evening, a little bit of memory, and also at the beginning of my story, her mother had left her saying that toddlers could really be into a lot of trouble and that she could call her mother if she needed to. So she's thinking back on something that happened earlier in the evening. Now I'm going to shift back to some small actions. She needs to get her body in gear. From the depths of my body, a growl erupts. No! I lunge forward like an Olympic track star and slam the oven shut. I push the girls out of the kitchen and start to sob. I fling open my backpack and dump the contents on the floor to find the emergency phone, because if this isn't an emergency, I don't know what is. I just want to name out two things I've tried to do in the climax. One is I've thought back to earlier in the story and referenced something that happened earlier. She talked in the beginning about being so confident because she'd been babysitting her brother Gabe all these years, and her mother had said to her, toddlers really can be tough. This might be harder than you think. And so I'm having her think back to that. The other thing I'm doing here is trying to sort of insert some character trait work. We know that Katie wants to be independent. That's one of the things she's trying to prove here. And so I'm having her think about, wait a sec, how is that going to affect my goals here? Will she ever trust me to do something by myself again? Having the character ask themselves a tough question is a way to get at some of that character change. So go ahead and write your climax. Get rolling.